Hey everyone, welcome back to I Know a Guy. I'm Anthony, and this is the podcast where connections thrive. Each episode, we spotlight inspiring entrepreneurs, professionals, and individuals doing amazing things. Together, we'll grow your circle, spark collaborations, and discover new opportunities. Today, we're meeting Peter Heymann, also known as Coach Pete. He helps people break free from limiting patterns and start living the life they love at any age. With decades of experience across coaching, counseling, sales, and social justice work, he guides clients towards clarity, purpose, and meaningful change. How are you doing today, Coach Pete?
I'm doing great, Anthony. How about yourself?
I'm doing fantastic. I was excited to have you on. You're doing a lot of cool things. You're helping a lot of people. So there's a lot of folks out there that need to know you and need to hear from you. So I was excited to get you on here. But to start off with, where are you calling in from? Where are you located?
Santa Monica, California.
You been there for a while, or are you newer to the area?
Actually, my wife and I moved here about 4 years ago to be near our
Okay.
two adult sons, and it's one of the best moves I've ever made. Probably the best move I've ever made physically.
Awesome. Yeah. No. So 4 years, you have your haunts by now. So if you have friends coming into town that have never visited before, where are you going? What are you doing? And what's for dinner?
Great thing about where we live is we're going to stay right within a few blocks area people visit. There's restaurants galore. There's taverns. There's little shops, and most importantly, my backyard is the Pacific Ocean with a fantastic walkway. I do my walking every day, as I try to, along the Pacific Ocean. It's a great location.
That sounds awesome.
Tell anybody about it because it's like so good. I don't want anybody to know.
Okay, well then I'll just keep this between us. I'll edit it all out. Don't worry about it. No, not even a little bit. Okay, great. So all the restaurants and stuff. Do you have like a preference for like when you're going out, or like if friends come in, are you more of like, yeah, we'll cook at home, or we'll go out?
There's great places. There's takeout places. There's my favorite breakfast place is this place called Shoops, where you just get fantastic breakfast. You sit outdoors, and then for dinners, there's a wonderful place. It's called Ivy, and it's just several blocks away from us. Fantastic restaurant, all kinds of food, wonderful service, great atmosphere. And again, you can kind of see the Pacific Ocean.
Oh, that's amazing. Awesome. So what can you tell us about what you do?
Well, I'm a career and life coach, and I made that transition into coaching about 14 years ago after a full career in sales, marketing, and advertising. Coaching or helping people was always in my heart. I've always done some form of community service work. I was a volunteer counselor for 12 years while I was doing my sales, marketing, and advertising. And finally, I realized, hey, that's what's in my heart to coach or counsel people. And so I went about the business of getting my training and experience, and I've been doing it for 14 years. I absolutely love it. And I bring my sales marketing experience to bear depending on the clients that I have. I have corporate clients, entrepreneurial clients. That business experience really comes in handy. So I love the fact that I have a broad background in a lot of different businesses, categories, almost every business category.
Okay. No, that's awesome. And, you said you kind of found your love with it. How did you get exposed to coaching? Like, obviously you probably met coaches and stuff, but what was it about coaching in particular that you're like, yeah, that's where I'm going?
I've always been open to counseling and what's now called coaching for myself. I really believe in it. I believe in what Bill Gates says, not everything he says, but one quote I love. He says, everybody could use a coach at some point in their lives. And that's been true for me. So in the coaching that I've received and the personal growth that I've done, it finally led to my answering a question, what is my life purpose? Which I hadn't really answered before. I led a purposeful life, meaning marriage for in a few days, it'll be 49 years. Wow. Isn't that amazing? We raised two sons, which has been my purposeful life. But in terms of a life purpose, in terms of career, it's never too late to really find it. And it's usually right in your heart. And that's what I have found. I'm so grateful that after all the work that I've done in so many different categories and businesses, I have found my way to what's really been in my heart all along, which is to help people. And that's what coaching is all about.
Yeah, and I guess you kind of answered this already, but just to like put a pin in it, what is it that you love most? Like you said, you found what's in your heart, but if you had to pin it up there, what's your favorite bit about
Anthony, it's just so gratifying to be able to team up with my clients and help them discover what their life purpose is. what's in their heart to do. But of course, in my coaching, I go where my clients want to go, whether they want help in terms of their career, their relationships, their family life, self-esteem, or self-confidence. Any or all of those areas are wide open for help in terms of coaching. And my clients lead the way. I just say be open because when you improve one area of your life, it affects others. So just be open to it and we'll go wherever the trail takes us.
Okay. And then you talk about, the clients that you help, and you talked about, a variety of them. But in general, do you have like an avatar of your average client, or what are the pain points that somebody might be going through that if they're dealing with X, Y, or Z, you're the person they should be talking
Well, I work with a very broad audience of people. I know that's not great from a marketing standpoint, but it's just true. I work with men, women, really all ages, adult ages. And the key for me in terms of working with people is the ages and stages of life. As you know, we all go through ages and stages of life. And at any time, those ages or stages can bring challenge. And sometimes we get stuck in those challenges. That's where I come in. I team up with my clients and I help them discover the possibilities and the opportunities on the other side of feeling stuck at whatever age or stage of life they're at. And that's so gratifying to be able to help people do that. Then they uncover what's their next, capital letters, quotes, what's their next to take on.
to. Okay. What about power partners? What are other professionals or industries out there that you synergize really well with, or that you can help clients in different ways and you can refer back and forth to collaborate with?
Great question. I do a lot of networking. I'm a natural networker and I also work at it. And so I love to develop connections with people in various businesses and here's the ones that work for me really well. First of all, therapists are great to know. First, if I'm working with somebody and they need therapy as opposed to coaching, I love to have sources that I can turn to and make referrals. Conversely, good therapists know that coaching is different. Coaching is more like setting goals and achieving those goals. And it's more today and tomorrow kind of work. And so I love to get referrals from therapists. But also anybody in the professional services categories could be real estate people, could be financial planners, anything in personal services, because they are likely to meet people at transitions in their lives. If you move, that's one of the most that shakes up a person, it shakes up a family. It's very challenging. That could be a great time to make a referral. At any stage of life, people that deal with people at different stages of life are great referral sources to me. So I'd love to develop those connections so we can refer to each other.
Okay. What advice will you give to a new or an aspiring entrepreneur?
You need help. You can't do it alone. And I've been there. I've had entrepreneurial or solopreneur ventures myself in the sales and marketing field. And whatever it is that you're technically great at that leads you to go into your own business, because you can do it better than anybody else and you're all excited about it. A rude awakening is that you can't do it all. So you have to learn how to delegate. A lot of my work with entrepreneurs is to learn how to delegate, get the right kind of consultant. You don't have to hire people before you're ready, but I believe in using consultants with specialties that can help you so that entrepreneur can focus on their technical proficiency, what they offer the world. And then they can have other people help them with answering phone calls, invoicing, anything like virtual assistants are great to have for an entrepreneurial venture.
Yeah, that's fantastic advice. You want to spend as much time in your zone of brilliance as you can and get the rest stuff out of off your plate. So, absolutely. How can someone discover their true life purpose after 40?
Wow, that's a big question. And you have to look inside. And a coach can be a great help for that. I like to tell people, not all clients, but clients that are struggling with this, take a personal inventory. Take a look inside. What are my strengths? What are my capabilities? What am I passionate about? What am I really good at? And really look at that, and then take a good hard look. Then you measure that. I like a Venn diagram that I use. It has four concentric circles. It's hard to picture it with just my hands here, but it's what you do well, what you love to do, what the world needs. Then the fourth one is very important at times, most times. what the world will pay for. And you look at those and see where those circles, concentric circles, where they meet. And in that section where they all kind of converge, it's a way of finding your purpose. You take that kind of personal inventory. It's great fun to do that with people. I firmly believe that the answers are really within your heart. You kind of turn inward and say, okay, what do I know about myself? And I've known sometimes since you're a little kid. It's really good to check in.
Absolutely. Why do so many people feel stuck, and how can they start creating positive change?
Listen, life brings a lot of challenges. It really does. I mentioned ages and stages. We go through different ages and stages, and it brings the challenges. And we get stuck because sometimes we don't know how to handle it. We get fearful. Not everybody, but almost everybody at some point has that feeling of being stuck in the challenge of, okay, what's next? How can I solve this? And it could be something with a career advancement. You reach the plateau. You don't know how to break through it. It could be the need or the desire to change a career. And that can be frightening to people when they get stuck. How can I possibly change? I'm 40 years old. I'm 42 years old. Seems like I should know what I'm doing and where I'm going. At any age or stage, we can feel that kind of feeling of being stuck. And that's when it's great to team up with a coach to get unstuck. We can solve those problems together. It's a matter of building trust, talking through things, opening up about what may be fearful, maybe what causing us to be stuck, and taking a look at options. Coaching is all about exploring options. Sometimes we don't see those options because of our own challenges or fears.
What would you say is one powerful mindset shift to help people get out of their own?
First, I'll do what I just did. Take a really deep breath. Take some time for yourself. We get so caught up, particularly entrepreneurs, but not just entrepreneurs. Anybody who's on that sort of hamster wheel of advancement and trying to succeed and do the right things for people. So many of us care so much about the people around us, which is a great thing, but we lose sight of ourselves. Step back, really kind of treat yourself like your own client, I like to say, and really check in with yourself. What's going on now that's different than it was yesterday? What about tomorrow is making me stuck or making me fearful? And talk it through with somebody that you trust, like a good coach.
Absolutely. This is my favorite question since I started asking it. And I think it's the most important question as an entrepreneur or business owner, professional in general, you should be able to, kind of have. And that's why you? What sets you apart from everybody else out there doing something similar?
Me? That's a question I've been trying to answer for my whole life. Why me? It's because of some of the things I said before. I have a great deal of experience in a lot of different areas. There are some great coaches out there, and I know them, and I love them, who are really, really young. That's not me. I'm not really, really young. I'm not finished, but I'm not really, really young. So what I bring is a great deal of experience. I mentioned I've been married for 40 years. That's something. That really means something. Anybody who's been in a relationship or been married, it takes work, it takes commitment, it takes growth together, and it's really, really exciting. And I've been a parent, so I raised two sons. You have to ask them how successful it was, but I'm really proud of them. They're off doing their things and taking on the world. And so I bring all of that as needed with my clients, depending on what they're facing. Chances are I have faced something similar. So I bring that level of experience. I mentioned ages and stages. I am living proof. It is never too late to find, discover, and live your life purpose. Never. You could be in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. It's never too late. I have some clients in their mid to late 70s, and they're still looking for personal growth, taking on new things. Very, very exciting.
So we could go down all the rabbit holes with all that because, you've helped just such a large group of people in such a multitude of different ways. But in general, is there anything that I failed to ask or miss that you wanted to add?
One thing I would add is how much fun it is to work on yourself. Take the time, give yourself the gift of personal growth. That's what I like to recommend to people. I don't care how busy you are. I don't care you're a busy guy. I know that you're juggling a lot of things. I don't care how busy you are. You have an hour a week to devote to a coaching session. Everybody does. I don't care how busy you are, how many businesses you're running, how many kids you have. I don't care. And if you don't feel you have an hour to give yourself in a week, that's a problem that we should talk about. And you give yourself that gift of an hour to give yourself the freedom to talk about what's on your mind, set some goals, be accountable. Accountability is a big part of coaching. Coach becomes a kind of your cheerleader. Sometimes I'm a drill sergeant, but mostly it's a cheerleader. We together help set the goals that are going to help you step by step get what you're looking for, have the life that you want to live.
For those that have an hour, for those that need an hour, what's the best way they get a hold of you? Where can they find you?
Well, I work with people all over the world, by the way, since most of my work comes either by the phone or Zoom. Some people actually prefer phone sessions, which work great, or Zoom. Or if you happen to be within a 10-mile radius of my place here in beautiful Santa Monica, we meet in my conference room face to face, and we go for a walk and talk coaching session along the beach. Most of it is phone and Zoom, so I can work with somebody anywhere in the world. So just pick up the phone and call me, 845-642-1839. That's my cell number. Or send me an email. I think you have my email. That'll probably be posted. I urge anybody who's interested, to check me out, visit my website, breakthroughwithcoachpete.com. It gives you a good deal of my background and what I feel coaching is. And then call or email me. We'll set up a free coaching consultation. Together we discover if coaching is right for you and if coaching with Coach Pete is right. And if I feel, we both feel, it's not right for me, I am thrilled to make a referral to the right resource, another coach or a therapist or counselor. Together we'll map that out. That's free. Then we begin. It really starts as weekly sessions.
Perfect. And you have a book as well?
I'm so glad you mentioned that. My book is called Get Out of Your Own Way and Get On with It. And it's really what my coaching is all about. How we can get out of our own way, whatever's making us stuck. Together we team up, build a lot of trust, and break through. That's why the name is Breakthrough. And set the goals step by step. The small steps that lead to major transformation, step by step. Nothing to get freaked out about. It's a progression. And we go through that together. So yes, thanks for mentioning my book. It's on Amazon. Anybody can get it. And I'm very proud of that book. And it's a workbook, actually. People can get a great deal from it in terms of personal growth and not necessarily call Coach Pete, although I certainly hope they do. But you can get a lot from the book itself. And that's why I wrote it, to help as many people.
Perfect. And they should. If anybody would like to get a hold of Coach Pete, I'm going to put all that in the show notes, so it's super easy to find. Go do yourself a favor. You're gonna be better off having that that call, whether it be working directly, reading a book, getting a referral. We can all better ourselves. It's kind of weird the way that coaching is kind of perceived, because like in sports and things, it's obvious. Everybody has a coach. You have a batting coach, even if you're a professional baseball player, because you might be worried about your whole swing, but you can't see your back foot. So that's what they're there for. So
Totally.
it's the same. It's the same.
Sports metaphor is perfect for coaching. Because everybody realizes, take up golf, it's good to have somebody work on that grip and that swing. But why not your life?
Yep.
Whether it's
Yeah.
relationship, career, self-esteem, whatever. Team up with somebody and make those strides, make those changes.
Absolutely. No, so absolutely reach out and have that conversation. You're going to be better off for it. So if anybody would like to get a hold of me, you can also find me on my website at ikag.me. You can find more episodes, subscribe to our newsletter, or connect with our growing community of awesome people like Coach Pete. If you were somebody you know like to be interviewed, you can also apply on the website. But thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate all that you're doing, all the people that you're helping, all the good that you're putting out there. It's inspiring. So, I hope we all take it to heart. Let's go have an awesome day and grow our circles, all right?
That you do, Anthony, is incredible. It sounds like a love fest, but you really help a lot of people, and you help people spread the word about the great work they're doing. So I commend you. It's awesome. I'm so glad I was referred to you. You referred to me, and we found each other. And now let's continue the connection and help each other.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it. So thanks again. We'll talk soon. Everybody, have a great one.
Thanks.